Hi friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Kelly. Today I'm going to be doing the Meet the BookTuber Tag, and this is by Gracefield Rees, and I was tagged by Chrissy at Chrissy's Purple Library. Please go check out both of these channels. Just great ladies, great content, giving lots of themselves to others here on BookTube, so just check them out. Let's get right into it though without further ado. The first prompt is, how did you find out what genre you like and what to read? Trial and error. Reading a lot of books since I was very young. I knew since I was very young that I loved fantasy and mystery. As I got older, I discovered historical fiction. Even since I was really young, the American Girl historical fiction books, I loved it. So, and then now as an adult, I love those with sweet romances mixed into those, and just, you know, I'm not afraid to not finish books. So some of the styles that I found that I didn't like, I can do some horror as long as it's not too grotesque, but I gravitate mainly towards those genres I mentioned first. The next question is, what author is most like me? This is tough because we don't know a lot about some of the authors in real life, you know. I would guess Louisa May Alcott. I know she could be a little bit introverted. I'm more of an introvert, and I know she brought a lot of herself into the book, so, and what she wrote. So she loved family, she had strong personalities, although she was much more apt probably to voice her opinion maybe than I am, but I do have strong opinions about things and strong feelings. And so just the love of family and literature and books, I think I might be a little bit like her. If I was stranded on an island or a farm, what books would I take? Of course, the Bible is a given. I would take that. There's a Christian book called Respectable Sins I would take, because I always have to keep my pride and the natural way about me in check. I don't want to accept help. I don't want to admit that I need help. It's a weakness of mine, and that book seems to help me stay in check. I think that I would probably want the Anne series, the Narnia series, some Agatha Christie's I haven't read yet, maybe. And then I would probably take a Robin Hobb I haven't read yet, maybe the first book in the full series, and then let's see, maybe by then Cassandra Clare's new book will be out. I don't think it's going to come out until 2023 now, but let's hope that I get stranded in February or something. Do you buy books to read them, or because they're beautiful to go on your shelf? To read them. I don't have that much shelf space in my house, and what shelf space I do have, I mostly dedicate to my children's books. I think it's very important for them to see, feel, and touch their books. I buy very seldomly do I buy a book at full price, but I have done cover buys, don't get me wrong, but I love to find deals, and then also I am a big library user. Next, what book could you have read 10 years ago that would have changed your life? There's two that come to mind, and they both have to do with homeschooling my children. One is Teaching from Rest by Sarah Mackenzie. I think if you are a new homeschool mama or an old one that hasn't read that one yet, I would recommend it to you. It will help you give grace to yourself and just prioritize what is important in educating your children. And then also Sally Clarkson's book, Awaking Wonder. It wasn't written 10 years ago. Sarah Mackenzie's might not have been either, but I would have read that and just understood that you don't have to mimic necessarily public school at home when you're homeschooling. The way that she homeschooled her kids was so successful. They're all really successful as writers, and some of them as musicians, and have doctorates, some of them. And so I just loved reading her, basically her life story of homeschooling her now adult children. Such a blessing. All right. If there were only 3 books in the world, what would they be? Or top 3 genres? Okay, I'm going to pretend that like the Bible is just a freebie. So I would pick fantasy genre, I would pick mystery suspense, and historical fiction for sure. If you could write a book about anything, what would you write about? I've actually thought a lot about this, if I would write a book, what it would be about. And even though fantasy is like my favorite genre, I think, and I love mysteries and historical fiction, I don't think I do any of that. I think I would be more writing what I know. Maybe like about families, some romance, hometown stuff. Performers definitely in the story, because I'm a performer. Maybe different performers than me, maybe not a ballet dancer, maybe some musical theater performers, since I love to watch musical theater. So even though I never was one, I did different performing. It might be kind of fun to write about that genre, since I know quite a bit about it, even though I never personally experienced it. I don't know. I think I might write something like that. What character do you feel is most like you? This is such a hard question, because I feel like I find characters that are like me, even that are completely opposite of me. So I would say I have a little bit of Joe and Meg from Little Women. I have a little bit of Anne from Anne of Green Gables. I have a little bit of Diana Barry. I mean, I have a little bit of Tessa Gray from The Infernal Devices. I have so much. I mean, I have a little bit of Sarah from the Bible, because I think I would have cracked up too if I was 90 years old and pregnant for the first time. So yeah, so many of them in me. How do you plan out your BookTube content? Well, I try to kind of have a monthly idea. I film several videos at times. I'm getting tagged in a lot of things, so I try to schedule those for Tuesdays. On Wednesdays now, I'm doing a BookTubers to watch, a couple BookTubers, and then Fridays are either a TBR, a wrap-up, something like that, a review of a book that I've really loved. So that's how I do that. What's my dying wish for the world to read as far as books? Okay, we're going to pretend like everyone has read the Bible too. On this one, it's got to be a classic. Has got to be a classic. I would say read a Charles Dickens book. Let's say Great Expectations. You've got to experience Dickens at least once in your life. The classics are awesome too. I don't know. I should have maybe switched out classics and historical fiction, but it's so hard. I love them both. Anyway, that is my Meet the BookTuber tag. I am going to come back in a second. I'm going to think about this a second, decide who to tag. Okay, after a quick check of who has and who hasn't done this, I've come up with people I'm going to tag. I'm going to tag Hey Y'all Listen Up, and I'm going to tag Monica the Bibliophilist, and I think I shall tag, had one more here. Let's tag Kristen Craves Books. I love her channel. All right, thanks you guys for watching today. Hope you read a lot. Bye-bye.